Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm back, and I just finished the first episode of The Summer I Turned Pretty, and I couldn't help but feel like it was eerily similar to a show we all know and love, right? Friends, Ross and Rachel. And they did steal, they stole at least 3 lines from the show, and they basically copied the whole "we were on a break" storyline. And I won't even fault them for that, okay? Because the whole "we were on a break" thing, I feel like that's probably been in a bunch of TV shows. It's not that, unique of an idea, whatever. So them, copying that, the similarity, I can get over that. But the line grabbing, the line borrowing, the line repurposing, recycle, refresh, that I cannot get over. That I'm like, okay, you're just being lazy now. So in the finale, Belly learns that Jeremiah Fisher, yes, correct. Sorry. I'm not exactly an avid fan of this show because it cringes me out, but I'm trying. Okay, so Belly learns that Jeremiah Bear, he did cheat on her twice, not once. Once was not good enough for him. Twice.
How many times? Twice.
So already Ross has 1 point. So we're going to be comparing Ross and Jeremiah. We're going to do a point system. Already Ross has 1 point. We're going to do little tally marks. Okay, keep track. So as we remember, Belly basically says, that we weren't even really broken up. Okay, so basically we learn in the second episode, I believe, we learn that Jeremiah decided to go to Cabo in Mexico on a little boys trip with girls there, right? Which is when he cheated twice, not once but twice. And he was very passive aggressive and just rude in general when he told Belly in a flashback, right, that he was gonna go to Cabo, and he was acting like she was being a biatch for the whole thing when he was really just being very distant and horrible. I'm definitely not Team Jer this season. I mean, who is at this point, right? Every other line he says is just cringe, so it's difficult to even keep your eyes on the screen when he's around. But basically, this is very similar to This is very similar to the Rachel and Ross situation where they weren't really the debate of if they were on a break or not. At least Ross has a one up on Jeremiah because Jeremiah and Belly were... Oh, actually, never mind. Oh god, I can't even keep track of the tally system. So Jeremiah and Belly were on a break essentially for 5 days. For the entire time they were on that Cabo trip. And then when he got back, he was like, Belly,
I was being stupid, I was being a jackass, here's this little cheap rinky-dink bracelet I bought you for 2 pesos in Cabo. I love you, right? Take me back. And she's like, yay! Hashtag jelly forever, right? But with Rachel and Ross, they were broken up for maybe 7 hours. Maybe a good 8 hours. A good 1 night of sleep before he'd already slept with a woman. Both of them were inebriated. Okay, so that's...
Thumbs down for both Jeremiah and Ross because comparing them just sounds so stupid. But 2 thumbs down for both of them because they were both drunk when they did it. Although I guess if they were sober, that would be worse. Personally, this is maybe an unpopular opinion. I know it's what happened in the book. Allegedly, people are saying that this is the same as
the book. And yes, I did read the first 2 books. They were horrible. They were so bad. It was the worst YA book I've ever read. I knew it was going to be YA. I didn't know it was going to be 11-year-old YA. I thought it would be maybe 13, 14. No. That was geared towards 8-year-olds. That was the reading level it was at. Okay, that was bad. So I obviously did not read the 3rd book, but people are saying that it's pretty much word for word, page for page.
On the screen, I think it's kind of cheap I don't like the "we were on a break" cheating storyline, specifically because it creates this sort of paradox, or this sort of loophole where obviously the girl is always in the right, but the guy who cheated, it's like you can still support him because it's like, oh, well, he didn't really cheat because they weren't really together. But it's like, okay, but they were only broken up for 2 hours. So, and then it's always very unclear on if they were really definitively broken up. And this time Jeremiah was the one who said, okay, it's over, we're ending it. And so he says, let's end it, right? So people are debating, oh, they were really broken up. Because if someone says, let's end it, that is, them declaring we are broken up. There's a line drawn in the sand. But Belly says sarcastically, and that's what I paid attention to. She says sarcastically, oh, okay. She's a little mad, but she's saying it like she's not, her response was not taking him seriously. Oh, okay, bye. That is very, not taking him seriously. She just thinks that they're both heated in the moment, and that's the reason he said it. It's not a, oh my goodness. Obviously, she would have had a much bigger reaction if she knew that they were broken up. She wouldn't have been on the other side, It's just a huge miscommunication is honestly the issue. But he never should have went on that trip without her. Not that they can't be apart, but just the way that he went on the trip just was not. It was not. Nothing was going to come out of that. So, at this point, I would say Ross overall has a leg up on Jer Bear, because Ross at least is an adult man. Okay, Jeremiah kind of has the IQ of a 2-year-old. And the cadence and emotional maturity of probably, I would say, a freshman schoolboy, right? In Britain, too. Okay, and he owns the full tracksuit, and the only person he listens to is Central C. So that's kind of the vibe I get from Jeremiah. Also, I've heard
that in the end or so of episode 2 that we're going to get a Benson Boone interception. I don't like that. I don't want to listen to Benson Boone on the Semi Turn Pretty. I already have to listen to Taylor Swift cut in every time someone says a line. But I digress. I haven't gotten there yet. But anyway, so that was the first line that they copy from Friends, aside from just the whole plot line.
So she says, oh my god, this episode's long. Jesus Christ. 55 minutes and 59 seconds into the show. If you want to go bar for bar, she says, I don't even know who you are anymore. I swear to God, Rachel said that. I
can't. You're a totally different person to me now.
Okay, now the next episode, it gets even worse. Okay? So then Belly runs off into the sunset. She kind of does a...
Oh, God, who runs a lot? Oh, my gosh, Rory Gilmore. She does a Rory Gilmore run off into the night. That's what Rory does every time she has an altercation. Every time she has an interaction with the male species, she starts running in the other direction. So then, in episode 2, which I've not finished yet... Dude, I hate Amazon Prime. Why is Conrad in the doctor outfit? Whatever, it's giving Grey's Anatomy. Okay, so then Belly and Jeremiah have an altercation. They meet each other on the steps of Delta Sigma Theta. No, I'm joking. Of the Delta Kappa Gamma Phi Tri Phi steps. No, I'm joking. They meet again. He clarifies that he did not just F her once. He did not just bang her once, but twice.
She basically says, you were the one person who I thought would never hurt me. That is a literal Rachel Green line.
I used to think of you as somebody that would never, ever hurt me. Ever.
You were supposed to be the one person who would never hurt me. Why are we just copying Rachel Green?
What are we doing? I don't like this. I don't like this whole plotline because it gets Jeremiah off the hook. Just have him cheat on her normally, and then it's definitive that he screwed up. And I wouldn't even still hate him then. I wouldn't want him to be with her, but people cheat on people all the time. Let's not act surprised. Let's not act like it's a moonbeam ice cream, right? Let's not act like it's something we've never seen before, like this is a unicorn.
Sorry, fam, one more thing. I just realized that Jeremiah, at the end of their altercation on the Sigma Phi Bam Sam Theta Beta steps, he gets down on his knees. That was a classic Ross move. Why are we copying the greats? Why are we being unoriginal? Why is it giving Moonbeam Ice Cream Dubai Chocolate Labu? Okay.